Okay then. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Let me just quickly get my stream up. 603. It is fucking... Oh, sorry. Dashboard. Manager. Later. Okay. Hello. Welcome in. Let's get some prep for this going then, shall we? So, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you may be in the world. Welcome to Charging League Racing. My name is GingerNut1107, better known as Cal, and tonight we are heading to one of the most technical and demanding circuits on the calendar, known as the Hungaroring. For round 19, the penultimate round for season 4 in Charging League Racing. Shush, Discord. Nestled in the hills of the outside of Budapest, the Hungaroring has hosted the Hungarian Grand Prix every year since 1986, making it one of the longest standing features on the modern F1 calendar. Often known as Monaco without the walls, this 4.381 kilometre circuit is a tight, twisty maze where overtaking is a real challenge, and drivers need a pinpoint precision lap after lap, and that is 35 laps of lap after lap precision. The combination of a medium and low speed corners demands high downforce and laser focused concentration. There's barely a moment to breathe. Weather can also play a key role here, with the scorching heat and the surprise rain showers are known to shake up the strategies. With the track position being a king, meaning qualifying and pit stop execution will be critical here tonight. Where have I got to? It's also a circuit that's in chaos, upsets and masterclass, such as Button's first win in 2006 to the shock poles and positions and wet weather drama. We've seen a hell of a lot of drama in CLR of Shore. If you remember, we've got quite a lot of times we've come to Hungary in the past. Back in Season 2, round 8 on a Thursday, it was won by Ariel Atom. I think it's Ariel. No, that's a car. It was won by Atom, not Ariel Atom. Psycho Lemmy got the win here in Season 3, round 5. Myself won it in F124 launch season, round 7. That was my first win. Key Jam, Season 4, round 2 on a Friday night. And Draco with a memorable win in Season 3, round 3 on a Friday night. 5 different winners across the grids, across the CLR history. Will there be another new winner here? Very much could be, as there's a lot of names here that are new since we've been here as Thursday. The last Thursday time we came here was 24 launch season. Oh no, it would have been Lemmy. Anyway, there we go. So we are underway for qualifying. It is important here, and we have a lot of drivers out on track already. So I'm going to get ready to get some corner names up and the Twitch. So, Nettles in the Hills, what a sweat it is. That's my little bit of practice, little bit of revision before the session started. Good morning, 21. Good morning, Ricciardo. Where is he? Is he here today? Yeah, he is. Of course he is. Let me just check Discords. Game crashed. I was in. I wait for an invite. My game crashed. Plus I finished. New great. I don't care. Yen says it's me. Of course it's me. I'm always here. Fully dry both sessions. Hugo, you're not getting invited. Simple as that. I mean, do I need to explain any more? Last time I invited someone, the full fucking... So I just swore again. The whole bloody lobby crashed. I was 1 minute late because the game crashed. That's why we tell you to get in at 8:15 because, or 8:45 for Europe, because it helps. Yeah, Jens' game crashes pretty much every week, but because he does it 15 minutes before the lobby opens, then he's okay. So yeah, I'm afraid I can't. Rules are rules, buddy. Rules are rules. I don't care. Anyway, we're going to watch Yatin. Here comes Yatin. Here he is. Where are we at the moment? I need to get my track map up. For some reason, I've got one that has 2 corner numbers, which is... weird. We've got turn 12 and turn 12A. Hungary corner names. Images. Let's get the F1 one. There it is. So, round 14. No, we're not round 14. Round 13. No, round 19. Bloody hell. Bad start so far. This is turn 14, though. As you come around the final turn, a win of the Yatin Gludeven. That's not how you say his name. He's going to butcher me for that, isn't it? As he comes across the line, it does 14.6. Is that good? I think it is, you know. Actually, no, it's not, because people were doing 13.9s in time trial. I did listen to people in the lobby sometimes. Anyway, here comes Rico. He does 2 tenths slower than Yatin, but both of them obviously doing bank laps. That was McLaren or Bubba starting his lap, and there's a kick Sauber. That is Sick Pam, or Sick Path. We're going to call him Ham because it's easier. So Ham comes across the line, is quite far off the pace on his first ever qualifying session here. So he'll be looking to improve. Max here as well, only 5 tenths off the Yatin. Yatin still holding the lead as Rico, oh sorry, not Rico, Ricciardo goes up to P2. Not much of a qualifying man, his Ricciardo, but he's done it here. So let's see what he can do further down the session. Furious Happy, another man, not really a qualifier. It's only 1 second off at the moment. We'll see if he can improve after this first lap. Camellia comes across the line. He is currently 8.3 seconds off, so he'll be looking to improve as well. Whew. Crazy start already. Who's next? That is the Aston Martin of MJB. Championship leader can win it here this time round. That's not what you want for a first bank lap. I think he might have abandoned it though, because it is very, very slow. 4 seconds off. His teammate Pinkweb starts his lap, and then she said in chat, am I going to remember how to say her name? I think it's Stefania, but I'm not 100% sure. Oh, I'm sorry. I think it's Stefania, but here comes Bubba. I can say his name. Code's only literally on the lot, a tenth off Yatin. Yatin with a very, very good lap to start off with. And Jans comes across the line to start his hot lap. That was the kick Sauber of Bjorn coming across the line to start his quick lap too. I'm sure you, or most of you, remember the insane race we had in Silverstone and the insane qualifying session we had in Silverstone. I very much already lost my voice by the end of the qualifying session. That is what excitement we had in Silverstone. I'm not being paid to take funny. Anyway, moving back on. Here's Pinkweb. He is on a hot lap and he has gone purple sector 2. I think this is his second ever race here in CLR Thursday. He's absolutely shown his pace. Struggled a little bit around Silverstone, didn't he? I seem to remember. But we'll see what he can do in qualifying. Can he beat Yatin? As he comes across the line, yes he can by quite a bit. 3 tenths ahead of the Williams driver, the Williams reserve driver, I should say. And who was that just went up the order? I think it was the Mercedes, yeah. Stefania goes up to P6, just topples off Max here. And MJB, I think he's going again at the moment. We'll wait and see. There comes Hens, as we called him, across the line up to P5, and then Bjorn comes across the line for P7. The McLaren of Captain, he's going to come across the line, start his hot lap. And then the V-Carb of Ricciardo comes across the line again and doesn't improve from his previous lap. Is Bubba improving? No, he is not. And the next one to be across the line will be the George Gamer, the 3-time world champion for Season 2, Season 3 and F1 24 launch season. He's a very good driver here, isn't he, George? George Gamer is a very, very good and quick driver. So we'll wait and see what we can do as he comes around the final corner of turn 14 to start his hot lap. The Aston Martin duo are also coming around to finish off their laps. Pinkweb's done his lap. It's MJB, his first competitive lap time in the session. Let's see what he can do as he comes around the exit of turn 14, gets the power down, gives the car everything he's got left. Across the line, only P4 for the Dutchman. We do have championship permutations, so I will just read them out for MJB. So at the moment, MJB has a 19-point lead, and after this race, to win without countback being included, he needs to be leading by 25 points. Because in CLR, it's 23 points for the win, 1 point for fastest lap. So if he gets 25-point lead by next... here comes Captain, showing what he can do, toppling Pinkweb by 2 tenths. Impressive stuff from the McLaren driver, showing what he's still got. I was actually going to get to that. MJB, if he can get to 25 points ahead of Hobnob by the end of this... So there's another driver try. I think that is Yatin going again. Yes, it was. I want to talk about this championship permutations, but I also want to see some quick laps. Here comes George Game. I'm sure he'll show me what a quick lap is as he comes around the final corner. Can he do anything to push himself up the order? P9. It's very, very close at the moment. Very, very close. He'll be looking to improve for sure, though, for sure. As you told me I could join the... It doesn't matter, Hugo. Yeah, doesn't matter. Thank you for the good luck. Moving on. Here comes the McLaren car. Is that Bubba? No, it's Captain. He's going to be coming back round to do another lap. So let's get back to the MJB news. So if there's a 19-point lead at the moment and he needs to get to 25 to win without any countback, it's important for him that he scores those 6 points on the captain himself. Looking at CLR rules, if he wins with fastest lap and Hobnob comes third, then MJB wins the title. Second, without fastest lap and Hobnob comes fifth, MJB wins the title. And third, Hobnob needs to come sixth. So we'll calculate it further down the line, so we'll see where it is. All he needs to do is beat Hobnob at the moment, because he might not win it this time out if he still beats him. If Hobnob has a bad race, then yeah, or sorry, Captain should I say. I still call him Hobnob from time to time, as Stefania comes out for another lap at the moment, and the Alpine of Max here goes out for another lap. So does Furious Appy. The Kick Sauber of Ham pits. The McLaren of Bubba goes on to another lap. The Ferrari of Rico goes on to another lap, and George Gamer pits. So if we see Captain retiring this race, with 6 points, that would be P8 in CLR points, like how it works. So if MJB gets P6 and Hobnob, if MJB gets P8, he'll get 6 points, and if Hobnob retires or gets 13th or lower, then MJB will win the title. So MJB, he needs to perform. Obviously, he will perform. It's MJB, but he needs to beat Captain to try and be comfortable, really, doesn't he? I mean, I don't think I would be extremely comfortable if I hadn't beaten my championship rival. He's done it most of the season, hasn't he? Yeah, most of the season he has beaten him, or at least been close to him. So we'll wait and see what he can do again here. At the Hungary ring, it's a hard one, as we said. It's literally Monaco without walls, or with the walls, but just not as close. It's a tricky one. It really, really is. But here comes Stefania. She improves by about a 10.5, so that's good for her lap time. I'm just going to turn the telemetry off for me. It's better. I can see it now. And Furious Appy comes across the line. Does he improve? I think he's just started a lap, possibly. And the McLaren of Bubba comes across the line and does improve by about 4 tenths. Pushes himself ahead of Yatin. Pink Web comes across the final turn 14, and he'll start his next lap. And then that is Rico coming around the final corner, and I think he abandoned that lap time, so he'll be going again. Licciardo is going to be coming around at turn 13 as we speak. Towards turn 14, he has been on a hot lap. It seems like he's been doing fairly well as he comes around the exit, takes the outside curb to the line. It seems like it'll be a good improvement. It is by a tenth, and Ricciardo puts himself up to P6, 5 tenths off the top. Good lap time from him. We did miss it, actually. Camilo has actually put his car up to P2, so good lap time from him. As he nearly misses the pit lane there. So, that was close. Oh, we jumped back to Max Thierry's off the track. Oh, Max. We go back to his teammate of Jens, who isn't improving at the moment. We'll wait and see what he can do through the final sector as he comes across the line. Doesn't improve. Pretty much exactly the exact same lap time, but doesn't really matter. He's got enough time to go again. 5 minutes and 55 seconds. 5:55. Carlos Sainz is in the lobby. Yaz says he's not racing. I gathered. Yeah, sorry, I was just reading something Max said. Back to the chats. I don't know who was doing cons, but sorry for claiming so much. Just had a blast week. Lovely racing. We'll come back stronger next week then. And then MJ says that was 10 lap tyre wear and lots of slide with 6 laps. 6 laps of fuel. Oh, yeah, that explains why your lap was a little bit too slow for your standards. I mean, if that was my lap, I'd be chuffed. But for your standards, I'm sure you're not over the moon. You'll be looking to improve, as so is Jens, clearly not, as he goes rocketing off through turn 12. Taking the faster line, I assume. Taking the faster line for sure. Oh, Jens! That's the pit wall. He's done that before, hasn't he? If you remember back to Imola, Jens, on his debut in CLR, goes into the pit lane, nice and chilled, into a straight pit lane, Imola, I must say, and clarts it into the wall. That was his session over. So, we'll see what he can do. But at the moment, P9 for the Alpine driver. Ham as well, new driver. Some of you won't recognise him. I'm sure he's being shown how quick our CLR drivers actually are. Getting a little bit of like a little bit scary, because yeah, our drivers, the quality of drivers here is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. So we'll wait and see how it can play out further down the line. Wait and see. We'll wait and see. Who is that coming across the final corner? I think it was the V carb coming into the pit lane. Yes, it was. So it's just calmed down a little bit now. Yeah, it says, oh, I thought he died there. Did you know that CLR... Oh, what's the Moobot? Hello, Moobot. I'm trying to figure out how I can, like, split this. Is that possible? Oh, no. Sorry, Jens. I don't know what I've just done to you, but something. Trying to, like, split view. Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Oh, yeah, there we go. And then... Perfect. Yep. So, I can now see corner names as well. That's what I want. That's what I want. Perfect. So... Oh, PlayStation. Thank you for following. L PlayStation. Is he a driver? I think he is. I think he is. Let's have a look, shall we? I think he's... Is he a new man? I think he's new. I think... Yes, L PlayStation's new. So welcome to the CLR chat. It is good to have you. For now, we are in a very, very slump in the qualifying session. It does happen, doesn't it? It does happen when you're in qualifying. People just wait to the very, very end. Camille being the only one on track at the moment. But George Gamer, followed by Stefania, are next out. We'll wait and see if George Gamer can prove. Down, all the way down in P12. He likes to say he's not much of a qualifying man. You could agree. You could agree. As he is showing, he's not much of a qualifying driver, but in the race, he's outstanding. So that's where the points are scored, I suppose. PlayStation's not good enough to be a driver, just a fan. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, like I say, the competition here is very, very hard. So you could try your best at driving. You could try your best. A lot of our drivers do just try their best, see what they can do. Sometimes scrape a little bit of points. Nice to have a fan note, and nice to have a couple of people that are just here to chill and watch the fights unfold, because I'm sure they will, as everyone now is coming out onto their outlaps. It's just Ham and Ricciardo left, as Jens is on pit exit. There you go. And Camilo is actually on a hot, so we'll skip over to Camilo, as he is coming around turn 11 now, towards turn 12, into the final portion of the lap. He hasn't improved by much. I think he's abandoned his lap. Yes, he has. He will be going again by the looks of it, unless he pits. And if he pits, he's stuffed, because there's not much time left, and P2 will be the max for him. But no, he does stay out. He will be going again. We'll ride on board with George Gamer, and we'll follow him through the entire lap. So into turn 1. Takes that very, very nicely. Gets the second DRS straight, as you want to, very, very well. The long sweeping left of the 180-degree turn. Can he hit the inside curb? Doesn't want to. Towards turn 3 we go now, onto the inside curve. You do want to hit that one for sure. Then have the fast left-hander of turn 4. Uphill, it can be a very easy one to invalidate on the exit before you get yourself into turn 5. Another one, try and not invalidate on the exit or hit that yellow curb. Not a nice one to do. Turn 6 and 7, the chicane. Hard to avoid the curbs. You want to hit the curbs, there's a quicker. We'll wait and see, and he did do it fairly well. Into turn 8, and then the right of 9 here. George Gamer with a very hooked up lap so far. Mercedes jumps out the way through turn 10, and then into turn 11, rounds off sector 2. He looks like he's on a good lap at the moment. And he clearly is as he goes through turn 12 at the moment. 2 more turns to try and get through. Can George Gamer do it? Of course he can, as he goes through turn 13 at the moment. Camilo gets disqualified, but into turn 14, the final turn of this lap for the Luton man. Gets the power down, gets DRS on, gives the car everything he's got left, and he does improve by 2 attempts up to P7. Camilo, being disqualified, gets shoved to the back of the grid. 6th pound, his session is over. The McLaren duo come across the line. Can either of them improve? Bubba doesn't, neither does Captain. Ferrari of Rico will be the next one. Does he improve? No, the track isn't very fast at the moment. Here comes Appy, can he improve? No, but MJB can, up to the top. Goes MJB, Max here comes across the line, doesn't improve. A lot of drivers struggling to find time on this last lap. Bjorn looking that he won't be improving. Pink Webberzell, final one's coming across the line for Aston Martin, purple sector 3. The rest of the lap wasn't good enough to improve any opposition, so he stays P3. Then have Jens, the second Alpine car at the moment. Can he beat his teammate? No, does improve, not enough. Yatin will be the final one to set a lap time, does improve, and I think that was up to P2 there. I didn't see. No. Oh no. Yes, P2 for Yatin. So Yatin has got P2 in this session, showing his skill. So there you go. There is the qualifying. I'll quickly just grab a photo of that because I know it needs to be given out in results. Click. There you go. So that's qualifying over. There we go. Simple as that. Stefania says she crashed. No. I did see that we went past her with George Gamer. So I knew something happened. Let me quickly just run an advert. Let's go for minute 30. No, we'll run a 2-minute ad between sessions. So 2 minutes. There we go. Yatin cheering himself on. Well done, Yatin. It was a good lap. I can't criticise you there. It was a very good lap. 21 saying meow. Is he meow? 20? Are you meow? Are you meowing at me? I think he did alright though, didn't he? Did 21 do alright? We did get a photo results. Let's have a quick check. 21. Ricciardo in the V car, flying the flag by himself. P6. Good lap time from Ricciardo there. Not like him. Not like him. Maybe have a little bit of a nosebleed up there in this session. I'm meowing at you indeed. Thank you for meowing at me, 21. I greatly appreciate it. At the moment, we do have 10 viewers. So if you don't currently follow the CLR Twitch, make sure to drop one now. We are trying to reach 100 followers, maybe by the end of the season. We've still got a couple of streams left. Obviously, penultimate round. We got this one, and then next week for CLR Thursday, which I'm fingers crossed I'll be there for. Fingers crossed. And then we got tomorrow night and next Friday for the end of that season too. But yeah, we're currently on 92 followers. If we can get up to 100 followers by the end of the season, that'd be great, wouldn't it? That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. It's good for us to have 92 followers. I mean, compared to the start of the season, I think it was on what, like 30. So everyone that has followed and has supported the channel, thank you very much. And a big shout out to was at the time Race Blower, now known as a Bjorn Quint, has been a subscriber to the CR Twitch for like 7 or 8 months. So we have to greatly thank him for the amount of effort and time he has given to this league. We do appreciate it very much from him. 21 says it's not like him to meow. I think it is, buddy. I think you like to meow quite a bit, don't you? Oh, I don't get both. Who came 15th in the session? Oh yeah, Camilo. He returned. He got disqualified. But Jens. Oh, you crack me up, buddy. You really do. Oh, buddy. Right, so that's a 2-minute ad break sorted. George Gamer has given the up command, but I just need to try and calm myself down. Thanks for that, Jens. Don't say that, Jens. Yatin might get a bit jealous. Wish me luck. I wish you all luck. As this is the formation app, gives me a second to sort out my tyre looks. Ooh, so whoa, that was a very much movement across the camera. Didn't expect that to follow MJB so intently. But everyone has gone for the medium tyres, except for Pinkweb in the Aston Martin for his second race. Last time out came... He came in P... Where is he? Where is he? 7th. He came 7th. Tokiyoko. I'm just calling him Pinkweb. His EA name Tokiyoko, but he's Pinkweb to me because that's what I like to know him as. He came P7, currently P4 at the moment. So we'll wait and see what can happen for him, as that will definitely be some excitement that will unfold. 39 different people we've had this season. That's incredible. There's a lot of names there. But the top ones, MJB, Captain, and George Gamer as your top 3. Very, very close, isn't it? Very, very close. Let's wait and see, though. I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. Yeah, I don't know what to say, to be honest. MJB, if this is how it finishes, and he does end up with fastest lap, MJB will walk away with a championship under his belt. And I think by looks of it, McLaren will also win the Constructors this time out. They've got to score a point or something. So, literally, if they score 1 point, I think they win it. And they're currently third and 5th. But let's not talk about that for now. We have 35 laps that can change. And already was changed. MJB has been pushed back on his grid slot because he's been disqualified. So is the GOAT Jens Jordanhall. So that luck didn't go to waste, did it? Didn't go to waste. But here we go. As we now go to the 5 big shiny red lights here in Charging League Racing for the 19th time in Season 4. Is the lights out, and away we go towards turn 1. There go our 15 drivers getting away. Bubba with an incredible start. I want to see our drivers as they go towards turn 1. The McLaren's on the outside. MJB covers it off. Yatin trying to stay in P2. There's a spin in the back. That is for Bubba. We'll keep looking out the front as Captain is up to P2 past Yatin. Your 2 championship leaders, P1 and 2. Past turn 1. Yatin doesn't want that to stick as he tries to get himself up. The Williams GOP 3 and 4. Good start from George Gamer there. Up 4 positions. Bubba, though, getting spun and drops down. So does Pinkweb at the back. You see a car into the wall. That is Ricciardo. Not sure what happened to him, but that is a virtual safety car. And the race becomes to a slight pause already. So, after that start, we've lost Ricciardo. Bubba's dropped down the grid. Pinkweb's recovered a little bit. But George Gamer and Rico, same as Bjorn, have had incredible starts, gaining 4 or 5 positions between them both. Camilo as well gaining 4 positions. And your 2 championship leaders, P1 and 2, as it stands. It's very, very close already for the championship fight. That's what the talk's going to be around tonight, isn't it? The championship fight indeed. It's exciting, guys. It's really, really exciting. But for now, we are on under our virtual safety car to have a little bit of a breather and see what we can do. I think there's... Oh, that's going to cause some controversy. MJB speeds through the virtual safety car and has to serve a drive-through penalty. He serves it straight away. We see him into the pit lane, but that championship hopes have clearly been ripped away already. Will we see Captain putting himself back into it? MJB doesn't score points. Captain is well and truly back into it. MJB's good at his recovery drives, but that's going to really put a knock on his confidence. We'll wait and see. Captain leads the way, and when he leads by quite a margin. For you that might remember Saudi Arabia back in, round 7 or something? The absolute masterclass performance where he won by about 15, 16 seconds. Let's see if we can do that again today. Already pulling around 7 tenths on Yatin. Captain is showing his class. He maxed it though. Up in P5. Hasn't had a very good start. 21 says, no words, man. Let's go, Rico. I didn't see what happened to you, but I did see, I saw what happened afterwards. So it wasn't what you want to have. Beyond, though, really cutting his way through the grid order. Into P6 he goes. Hunting down Maxed it at the moment. Can he get past the Alpine as Jens had to pit as well for damage? That Alpine team is really, really been haunted, haven't they? They've always got damage on the lap 1. One of them have, as Bjorn has a huge tank slapper through turn 13. Goes a little bit wide and hits the outside curb. Not what you want to do. But the Williams duo, P2 and 3 at the moment, very much doing their best. And Yatin's pulled himself back in to that gap from Captain. And he might actually be looking for a move as we head towards turn 3 now. Sorry, turn 2. No, he doesn't. He does stay behind. Rico as well, another driver. We normally see him in qualifying and he disappears in the race. He's managed to keep himself up in P4 with the top names. We'll see what he can do as we continue on. What I do want to see, though, is what tyre has Jens gone onto. He's gone onto the hards. Rico, though, probably getting a warning there for going wide. Max Tier's been passed by Bjorn as well there. As we go onto lap 3, we're getting there. The start portion of this race has been and gone. This is now the time where the drivers just need to take a breather, calm down a little bit, and prepare for this proper hard race. It's draining round here in the Hungary ring. It's definitely a physical one. But at the moment, Max Tier, being the train leader, the train conductor, leading away a huge train as Camilo jumps past Stefania, who goes off track and does rejoin, clarting into Bubba there. Very close. But she does let Bubba past. Yeah, that was close. Wait and see if she can get herself back up. We'll wait and see on that. But at the front, Yatin's into the lead of the Grand Prix. Something he wished he'd done in some F1 24 launch season against me. Couldn't do it, but he's done it against Captain. That's a bigger name than me. Captain passed and isn't in the lead. That is now given to Yatin in the Williams. George Gamer as well, another driver that might be looking to try and affect Captain. MJB is definitely going to be sitting here paying off these Williams teams, saying keep on going, doing a great job for me. Lower the Captain is, the less points he scores, and the better that looks for MJB's race, as he is clearly struggling. Pink Web getting past Max here, another driver that's struggling. That Alpine clearly struggling around here at the Hungary ring. Hopefully he can try and find a bit more pace in the latter portion, or as soon as possible, as he's clearly not got that pace that he needs to keep up with the guys ahead of him. Goes a little bit wide, and Camilo's all over the rear of that Renault engine. Very close to Max here. Can he look for a move into turn 12? I think he was a bit far away, but he does lock up and nearly hits Max here in the rear, as we're now going into turn 13. Another lock up on the Ferrari. Those front tyres will be shredded to pieces if he's not careful. Got to try and protect them a little bit around Hungary. It is a bit of a tyre muncher as Bubba tries to make maybe look a move on Camilo. Can he do anything, or can Camilo do anything? We watch Camilo now. Will he go to the inside? He has gone to the inside. Max tries to cover it off, does give the room, and Camilo looks like he'll be passed. No, he isn't. Max here with the traction on the exit of turn 1, and then towards turn 2, he does back out. Max here has been passed by Camilo now, down to P8, does go the Alpine. The Alpine, though, 87 points, is trying to overtake Nivi, who hasn't raced for like 12 races. But so that's no, yeah. You know, Max had been here every race pretty much. Nivi only been here 4, and he's still beating him. I'm sure Max still will try and beat Nivi by the end of the season. Unless Nivi decides he's going to come back for the last race and beat him. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? Yatin still leads the Grand Prix though. And by quite a margin. Camilo with a 3-second time penalty. He does get them quite often, doesn't he? He does get quite a few. But at the moment, Yatin nearly pulled out of DRS from the McLaren car, showing absolute class as that Williams driver, up to P1, as we know, and maybe just maybe in a few laps' time, he might even be a second ahead. So much for Captain pulling away. Maybe it'll be Yatin that pulls away. We'll wait and see, but with the DRS, that McLaren has pulled himself back in to the ranges of the Williams car once again. The Mercedes engine right ahead of him in that Williams car. We'll wait and see for now. 21 says, let me join you in the comments, mate, so I have something to do. Oh, I'm sorry, mate, I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed. You can stay in the chat, though. Please feel free to stay in the chat. I can have a chat. I can talk to you from there. But yeah, not allowed you in the comments box. It's a special place. Special place with special people. Anyway. It's quiet down a little bit at the moment, isn't it? Everyone just kind of chilling behind the person in front of them. Stefania as well. She's still looking to try and hunt her way back through. So's Bubba, as he's really pushing that Alpine through. Really wants to get past him, does Bubba. The Dutchman trying to overtake the fellow Dutchman of Max here. These two fairly close on track most of the time. They do like to be hammer and tong quite often, don't they? They do like a bit of hammer and tonging. But a little bit further up is Pink Web. Pink Web is right on the back of Bjorn. Bjorn on the back of Rico, as Rico has just fallen off the top 3 a little bit, and there goes Bjorn. Pink with incredible reactions there, to try and avoid the kick Sauber, but Bjorn spins it on the exit of turn 14. Does he have wing damage? I think he might have managed to keep it out the wall. Yes, he has. But he's dropped a couple of seconds behind now and is into the grasp of Camilo. Bubba passes Max here. Max here does just have to settle behind the Stefania. All wheels go off the track. But she makes the move stick on towards turn 2, gets the inside line, hits the grass, spins a little bit, but Maxi can't get round her, has to try and fight through turn 3. We now hunt up towards turn 4. Can the Dutchman do anything? No, he can't. Has to stay behind and has dropped to P10. Alpine not having a good day in the office at the moment, are they? Real estate. Oh, some random bot. That'll be a hell of a recovery for MJB. Yeah, it definitely will be. He is hunting down Ham. Got past Ham. He is now hunting down Furious Appy. And then a couple laps time, I'm sure he'll be hunting down Max here. He is slowly getting his way up towards a couple more points. Currently has 1 to his name, but Captain has something like 19. So it's a little bit of a fight. But they're not anywhere near each other. Yeah, 19 for Captain at the moment. I do remember the CLR point system. I do remember it. I'm not good at remembering stuff, am I? If you know, you know. If you know, you know. But people into the pit lane. Stefania and Max here. Box very, very early. Lap 8. Could that be for damage? For the Mercedes, it's not. Just for a set of hard tyres. And same for the Alpine. They were struggling. You could see they were struggling. Max here and Stefania both dropping down. And have decided, just get rid of the tyres. See if that will work. Interesting call. Will Max here come out ahead of his teammate, though? No, he won't. As up at the front, Ham's gone off. Another kick Sauber to be struggling. The medium compound here today really isn't performing, is it? Everyone's really struggling. As Stefania has just come out ahead of Jens. Jens to the inside of turn 2. Does have to brake a little bit earlier. Obviously, Stefania has a little bit more fresher fresher hards. We'll wait and see what she can do on them. They're going to be cold, so through Sector 2 she'll struggle a lot more than Jens will on the warmed up tyres. But up the front, I can see a move being made. That is from MJB. He is now on the back of Furious Appy as we go to the helicam. MJB is really trying to hunt down as Furious Appy spins. Oh no, Furious Appy. MJB is going to fly past the championship leader, showing what he can do after a poor start. But yeah, Furious Appy tries his best to defend off the championship leader, but cannot keep it to stay ahead. That is Pinkweb as well, getting past Rico. Does it, that's what Bjorn was trying to do, but couldn't make it stick. But there's a yellow flag. That is for Ham, as he tries to rejoin the track, but it has a couple of cars coming around, so he does step out of the way, has to wait for the next Alpine too, and drops to the back of the grid. He's going to have to change his front wing now, as he does hit the wall on the outside there as well. Clearly struggling. Furious Appy as well does pit. Everyone getting rid of the medium tyres now. And to be fair, that hard compound does look very quick. Unless you're MJB, you're the only one that can get the mediums to work. Everyone else clearly struggling, and Pinkweb on the hards is showing that clear deficit on the hard compound tyres. Is it deficit? Is deficit good or bad? I think it's good. Oh, but there's a spin again, and that's for Camilo this time. Camilo, down in P8, has to get that car turned around, back onto the grid, and is going to try and hopefully let MJB pass. Yes, he does. MJB gets past another spinning driver and up to P8. MJB is really on a mission, isn't he? Obviously, he's pit once already. We'll have to pit again. And he's got 20 seconds to hunt down. 20 seconds. Let's see what he can do as they're weaving like madmen. MJB and Camilo. Maybe trying to get temperature into their tyres. Maybe that's why people are struggling. It's not to do with tyre wear. It's to do with temperature. And maybe that's why people have gone from the hards. We'll wait and see for after the race. Obviously, I have no Scooby at all. I'm not much of a strategist. And out the back, Ham does have another incident, goes off at turn 4, I believe, between turn 4 and 5, and Camilo spins pit lane and then retires. So Camilo does call it a day. That now leaves us with 13 drivers. We'll wait and see if anyone else will struggle towards the end and maybe call it a retirement. But we are about a third of the way through this race now, so it is very much flying away, isn't it? And at the front, Yatim has managed to defend off our second in the championship driver of Captain pretty much since he's got the lead. So he's done a very good job. George Game is just, actually, as I say that, falls out of DRS. We'll wait and see what he can do as I quickly check the chat. It seems like Ricciardo's not very happy bunny at the moment, as understood, I'd get that. But Camilo, I will say, has extended his DNF streak from round 5 all the way to round 19. Hasn't actually finished a race since round 3. And hasn't finished in the points since round 1. Ricciardo says, I'm really not happy. Make sure you report it, buddy. Obviously, I didn't see what happened. I just saw your car in a wall. So make sure you get all your reports in via the Discord, and then Sloth will sort it out, because that's what he likes to do. Me and George have a talk after the race. Was it George's fault? Did George hit you? Or did you want to talk to George? Let me know. Let me know, because I'm curious, to be honest. Anyway, the only fight at the moment we have on our hands is this top 3. These top 3 are the only ones that are very, very close to each other. Everyone else has just kind of ignored the people, haven't they? Just kind of on their own, in their own little world, floating around. I suppose Bjorn's hunting down Rico a little bit. But the medium tyres have really got off now, so people are just really struggling. It's just what's going to happen. He says he was not the one who put me in the wall. No worries. Yeah, I'm sure he'll be happy to talk to you. I'm sure he will. He's a lovely man. He'll talk to anyone. So someone went into the grass, kind of pushed by someone, and then slapped my car into the wall, kind of crazy. So it was just a bit of a mess, was it? Anyway, what won't be a mess is this top 2 fight, hopefully, as George Game is actually falling out of the DRS. Stefania gets 3-second time penalty. Can Captain make a move? On the inside of turn 1, lap 12 he goes. He'll have DRS again as he goes onto the second DRS straight. He is past Yatin. Yatin, can he do anything? As he looks towards turn 2 now, does have to settle behind, and to be honest, this is the only place you can make a move is turn 1 and 2. The rest of the track, you just got to kind of settle behind the drivers in front of you. It's like Monaco. There's nothing you can do. You just got to sit there and wait and wait and wait. But that is Bubba into the pit lane onto a set of hards. He didn't come off those mediums nice and early like some people did, and has lost out quite a bit to the people that pit early. So yeah, clearly the hards performing a little bit better than the mediums. But at the moment, Captain is defending off Yatin through sector 2, clearly struggling a little bit. George Game as well, another one to be struggling. I probably would expect him to pit fairly soon and try and get an undercut on these two, but we'll wait and see what he can do, especially as Pinkweb is right on his tail now, very much, well, on the quicker tyre, isn't he? That hard tyre is very much easily getting into that window of performance, unlike the medium. But George Game is actually closing in a little bit on the top 2, I think. It feels a lot closer than the timesheet as it is. He's not actually in DRS, but it feels like he's really close. But Pinkweb is in DRS of George, and will get past him. So that is Pinkweb up to P3 there. I'll quickly just show you the current pit stops. It is your bottom 8 and below that have pit. Everyone else has not pit yet. Sorry, MJB is now into the pit lane. You might have thought, no, he's already pit yet. That was the drive-through penalty that he served. So he literally just went through the pit lane. He couldn't do anything to the car. Just had to wave to the guys on the pit wall. And it's his first pit stop. Or should you say pit stop number 2. And he puts on the hard compound tyres. And is right back to where he was at the beginning of the race, down in P11. But we know what he can do. It's MJB. He will make his way through for sure. For now, though, it's very, 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 very chilled, isn't it? Very, very calm. Everyone's just doing their own thing, getting themselves into the latter portion of this Grand Prix. Whilst there's nothing happening, should we have a look at some stats? Just because we like stats, don't we? At the front, actually no, there is something happening. We'll come back to the stats in a minute. I do have stats to talk about because I like stats. Yatin is into the pit lane, and Pinkweb had hunted down Yatin and Captain. So can we see Pinkweb possibly making a move as we go into lap 14 now? With DRS, doesn't look like he's got the overspeed on the McLaren ahead of him, and we'll have to stay behind into turn 1. As we go towards turn 2 now, he'll get another portion of DRS. Another spoonful of it as we go towards turn 2. You could call it a spoon corner. It is a little bit curved. No, he can't do anything just yet. He'll have to stay behind for another lap. And we do have more drivers into the pit lane. Stefania, who pit early, has ended up in P5. Jens as well had to pit very, very early. But that is Orico and Bjorn, another 2 drivers into the pit lane. The number 9 Kick Sauber. So more and more drivers have pit now. I think Stefania is the lead pitter. No, it's not. Yatin is. Yatin and Stefania. Then it's Jens, who pit very early on. He'll probably have to pit again or struggle. Max Tier, Bubba, Rico B on MJB, Furious Happy, and then Ham, who went onto a set of softs earlier on. I think he might have been on them for about 3 or 4 laps now. 3 laps, yeah. See, I am keeping track. I am keeping up to date with what's going on. 21 says, can we talk about the consistency of Apple? He's only had 1 DNF the whole season. Yeah, he's bloody insane. He's just so consistent. DNF very early on, and into the pit lane comes the McLaren and the Williams. Captain and George both pit. They're pretty much the only ones left to pit, except for Pinkweb, who's on the hards and will go way later in this race, hopefully, for his sake. I doubt he'll be coming off those hards anytime soon, as they look very, very quick. But comes through Yatin with a huge margin. That undercut by about a lap or 2 has given Yatin about a 3-second lead by looks at 2.5. Is that going to change? We'll wait and see. But what won't change is the Kick Sauber, who's going to get lapped. Yeah, he does let past George Gamer. And George Gamer's falling behind Stefania. So on track, Stefania is actually net P3. She has made a massive undercut on people. But whilst that's happened, I think Bubba's also come out behind next to it. And yes, he has. Into P8 is the McLaren. Yeah, he's lost quite a bit there on the pit stops. I will just show you the current the tyres. As there's another spin, that's for Ham, clearly struggling on his first Grand Prix here in CLR. Does step out the way for the drivers. Obviously he's ghosted as a lap car, so it doesn't really matter. But he has got the decency to jump out the way. But can Bubba hunt down Max Tier, who's been struggling all race long? As we go through turn 11, Bubba's right up the back of Max Tier. He might be looking to make a dive towards turn 12. He gets shown the outside line. Max Tier covers it off very nicely there. And then can McLaren get past on turn 13? Not a place you want to make a move, really. On to turn 14. Maybe he can try it on the inside. No, he doesn't. He wants to get that DRS and try and get past with that extra mouthful of speed that he will be getting. I don't know why I'm making food metaphors with the racing, but he has used that mouthful to get up to P7. So there you go, McLaren up to P7. 21 says, we're talking about the consistency of Apple. Yeah, he's one of the most consistent drivers after MJB, who's literally has finished every race. So is George Gamer. That is Ham retiring in the pit lane. So we're down to 12 drivers now. If you finish the race, you score a point. Hump's hasn't finished every race. Who else has finished every race? Hugo has. Yatin has. I mean, they've only done 1 and 2 races respectively. How many races has 21 not finished? Should we look at that? How many races has he retired out of? Where is he? There he is. He tried 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. That's not too bad. But back in the racing action, Bubba is trying to get past Jens. Through turn 11 we go. Towards turn 12, Jens has been on these tyres for a very long time, 14 laps compared to Bubba's 4 lap all hards. To the inside goes Bubba, leaves the space for the Alpine, gets the traction down. Turn 13, Jens goes a little bit deeper than Bubba, but manages to keep it towards the apex. So incredible racing from these two. Bubba has to stay behind. George Gamer gets past Stefania as well on the 7 lap fresher tyres. So that is good from George Gamer to try and hunt down the Algerian driver. Bubba to get past one Alpine, and the other Alpine getting passed by Rico. The Alpine's on the inside. Max have a little bit of contact. Carbon fibre was flying. I think he's okay though. Bubba's past Jens, and Rico's past Max here. The Alpines, calamity here in Hungary. Absolute calamity. 21 says, crazy start. Come on, Bubba. Woohoo. Since I don't have teammate, I hope former mate wins some points. Bubba will definitely be scoring some points as long as he finishes. Currently P6. What's his best result? Bubba's best result, I think it's a P2. Oh no, P3. Bubba's best result is a P3, and that was at Spain. I think that's the only time he's won on the podium as well. There it is. For Thursday tier at least. Thursday season 4. His best result is a P3. So he'll be looking to hunt his way up the grid. But at the moment, Yatin is looking quite comfortable in net P1. You can say Pinkweb's even more comfortable at the moment for a net P1, but it's not net. If you don't know what net means, it pretty much means you've already pit and the person in front of you still has to pit. And that time they're going to lose will put you behind Yatin. So for example, Yatin is net P1. So if Pinkweb pits, we know the time loss is about 20 seconds. He will come out behind Yatin. That is just how it will work. So Yatin is net P1, and if Pinkweb doesn't pit, he'll get disqualified. So it's something he has to do. At the back though, or in the middle, Jens is getting passed by the Ferrari now. The Ferrari passed one Alpine. He passes their second one. Through turn 4 he goes. Sorry, turn 3 towards turn 4. He has to defend the position from Jens, and yes he can. The Alpine duo struggling here at Hungary at the moment, aren't they? Really, really struggling. 21 says, sometimes the DNFs aren't even our fault. There's just some guys that can't find a respectful way. There has been a couple of dirty drivers this season, but we've done... the head FA has done his best to try and clean them out. He's done a pretty good job so far, I'd say. I think everyone we got left now are fairly, very good drivers, and you can see that. You can see the performance they're showing at the moment. Really, really getting close. And here comes Bijan, another very, very close driver. He likes to push the limit of the kick Sauber in a fair way, but he does like to push the limit. Can he do that limit to get past Jens? We'll wait and see as we go through towards lap 19 with the kick Sauber and the Alpine duo. Can he get past with the DRS? Jens will have DRS as well. Does he have the speed though? We go towards turn 1. The kick Sauber gets covered off from the inside. Not enough though, as the kick Sauber does look to the inside. Can he make it stick? He does get the inside line, get the traction down a little bit more quicker than Jens, and does get to pull away down the second DRS straight towards turn 2. Bjorn is now up to P9. Jens is clearly struggling on that hard tyre. I wouldn't be surprised to see him pit later on. 21 says everyone has been doing a really good job on the league. Yeah, the behind the scenes, a lot more goes on than you might think. A hell of a lot more does go on. And that obviously Max here and Sloth doing a lot of work to try and make sure every week in, week out happens. And obviously the CLR race operators making sure everything happens in a reasonable time and as quick as possible for the drivers to enjoy. And obviously the broadcasters, I've got to give myself a little bit of love. We do our best to try and be here every week. I think I only might have missed 1 or 2 this week. So, sorry, I'll put myself back on Xbox chat so the drivers can't hear me. We do our best. So coming towards the end of the season now. Yeah, it's been a great season, this one. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I've very thoroughly enjoyed it. Obviously, we've enjoyed it since season 1. When did that start? Something like 2023, maybe? Beginning of then? We're in the middle of 2025. It might have been 2024 we started. It's been a long time. It's been a very long time. And there's a couple of very much all-timers, but we've got a lot of new drivers we are very welcome to having. Hopefully some long-term members for sure. As Jens has now been passed by MJB. We haven't heard that name for a while, have we, MJB? He has made himself back into the fight and has got past one of the mid-pack. He's now in the train for P6. Is up to Bubba. So MJB on his way. On my way. Sorry. Oh dear, that's going to be a TikTok, isn't it? Anyway. Back up at the front, the net P1 fight is for Yatin and Captain. Is that Pinkweb pitting? No. Captain has got himself back into this fight. It was about 2.5 seconds after the pit stopped because Yatin got that huge undercut. But yeah, Captain is well and truly back in the DRS, and that rear wing is open. Obviously, DRS at the moment will be mum from the 2026, I believe, which is a funky name. Just hope it doesn't break because there could be some funky things to say then. I'm sure 21 will say something like that. Everyone has been doing a really good job in the league, especially you, mate. You're my favourite commentator from now because of what George did on T1. What did he do? I can't remember. Because of what George did on T1. Oh, do you mean... I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about. You need to explain what George did, to be honest. I'm a bit slow. I'm gonna go out. I cycled 25k today, so I'm knackered. I'm trying my best, but at the front, something's happened. Why is Captain 7 seconds behind Yatin? He's not, is he? That's Yatin there. Maybe Tag Heuer has taken over from the F124 game as well and has broken the timing sheets. I can confirm from my own timing sheets, he is within a second of Yatin. He will be getting DRS here. It's not 7.5. I believe it is about 7.5 between Yatin and Pinkweb though. Actually, sorry, 5. It's updated for me as well now. There you go. We come across the line, it's fixed itself. I'm not sure what happened there. That's weird. That's really weird. He died bombed and I got sandwiched, but I'm joking. He looked like racing incident. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of racing incidents lap 1, isn't there? It does happen. As Stefania pits. Is that for damage? No, she's just making a 2-stop. On to another set of hards. Goes the Mercedes car. People really struggling with tyre wear. Alpine, again, another driver into the pit lane. Jens has been on those hards for 20 laps. Pinkweb's been on them for 21 laps, but everyone else pitting again. 2 sets of hards. Maybe tyre wear. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah. Maybe the tyre wear is a lot higher than I expected here. I know it's bad, but I didn't think it was that bad. 21 says he'll have a look with George and the DMs later on. Fair enough, fair enough. The captain has closed up to Yatin, as we were aware of. I want to go through some stats. I want to do some nerdy stuff. When people spread out again, I want to talk about some nerdy stuff, please. The 2-stop might work. This track is harsh on the tyres. Yeah, clearly is. It very clearly is. I want to see, though, at the back, can MJB get past Rico? He's really pushed him through Sector 2 there with the track map. You can see it in the bottom right. Can he do anything? No, he can't. Does have to stay behind for a little bit longer. A little bit longer. I think he might be trying to make a move, though, as we go down the DRS straight. But down the DRS straight, there are moves happening. Bjorn is again trying to get past Bubba. Oh, that was close. That was really, really close. Bjorn giving Bubba a huge squeeze. Bubba just about managed to keep it out of the pit wall. That could have been calamity there for both drivers. But at the front, Captain has got back past Yatin. It's very close between these two. And MJB looks for a move on the inside of turn 1. Tries to make the switchback, does Rico. And he does very, very well at it. But the traction can't be ploughed down by the Ferrari car to the exit of turn 2. We will be going now. Can Rico get the traction down more? No, that Aston Martin has really, really got some power in it, hasn't it? And does fly away. There, that was exciting, wasn't it? A lot of moves down the DRS straight. It's suddenly kicked off here. In the latter portion of the Hungary Grand Prix, it's really kicking off. And I really want to see what Pinkweb's plan is, as he's still on the hards. He's got to go mediums or softs at some point. As sure as Appy is pitting as well. Pinkweb goes for another lap. So it's an interesting strategy from the Aston Martin. Well, we know how bad the mediums were. I think the softs are going to be even worse. He'll have about a lap or 2 of pace and that'll be it. So we'll wait and see what can happen to him. But he's already lost about a pit stop on the guys behind him who've already pit. So we'll wait and see how it unfolds for him. Yatin is looking for a move on Captain. And here he goes in towards turn 2. The second DRS straight. The most Williams driver is the one with the DRS. It's side by side through turn 2. The McLaren is slightly further behind. And Yatin does get the traction down on the exit. And turn 3, he is ahead. So that is Yatin up to P2 there. Good racing between these two for the lead, the net lead at the moment. So it's really, really close, isn't it? Really, really close. Maybe actually Pinkweb's doing what Reggie done at, was it Australia? Maybe it was no, it was Silverstone, wasn't it? He decided he was going to take a set of mediums or hard really, really far towards the end. And he did, didn't he? It was like the last or second to last lap he pit for a set of softs. Jens is texting whilst driving. Stop that, Jens. That's illegal. Need a safety car would do wonders. I'm sure you want a safety car, yeah, I'm sure you do. But then you have to go back onto the mediums, wouldn't you? Or a set of softs, and no one wants that. No one wants that, do they? But at the front, Pinkweb is into the pit lane. He's off of that 23-lap-old hard tyre, and we'll wait and see what he goes on to. But Captain will also get the DRS to try and hunt down Yatin once again. Yatin has actually pulled quite a substantial lead there. And I think he'll actually stay ahead for another lap. And I think he will, yeah. He is going to stay ahead. Pinkweb, though, the driver who stayed out for an incredibly long time, is onto a set of mediums. And he'll come out just around the Race Bubba fight, as they are side by side. I don't go on board. We want to see the fight. You can only see MJB, but there they are on the corner of your screen. Here they come. Bjorn is behind Bubba. Bubba made a lovely move. But Bjorn trying to make a move again. No, he cannot. Has to stay behind for a little bit longer. Tries to make a look on the outside. Now inside. No, he can't make that stick. His friend MJB, though, after an horrible result after lap 1, is slowly making his way back through the order. Really showing some class, isn't he? He's really showing some class. Jens says, harder at 60%. Don't give away valuable information. Someone might be listening in. I'm sure people are listening in. 21 says, I hope you have the same results tomorrow, mate. I don't. I want my teammates to do well. I don't care what he does this round tonight. Not my problem. I want to see the top fight. But tomorrow, I hope you do really well. I hope you do well, Jens. I'm wishing you a win tomorrow night, Jens. Just because I'm a nice person. Just because I'm a nice person. But here comes Captain. He doesn't care. He's on the track. He wants to win. And he has passed Yatin off the track. Captain, a lovely guy, but on the track, he don't give a toss. He wants to win the race, and he will win it. Look at him go, up to P1. Yatin has to settle down to P2 on a lap 26. The Williams driver doing a good job at the moment. His fellow teammate of George Gamer, they're good friends off the track, these two, I think. I think. 7.9 seconds behind. Wait and see how that unfolds. But MJB has just got past Bjorn and is now looking his way towards Bubba. Gets the DRS, brakes. He's very late on that brake. He's a very brave driver, isn't he? And he might even be looking for a move on Bubba towards turn 4. I doubt it, because you're stupid late to make a move, but he's got that speed, doesn't he? He really does. Really, really does. As he goes towards turn 4. Now turn 5. Look how much speed he's got. He's incredibly fast, is the Aston Martin driver. Around the exit of turn 5. He's looking. Towards turn 6 we go. Makes a look. Ooh, a little bit of contact. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Now turn 7 and 8. Now 9, the little right. Then you have 10, which will be the little left. And then turn 11, which is the little right. It's a little bit of a snake. It's at the back. There's a crash. That's between Jens and Stefania. And that is a safety car. Safety car in Hungary at the latter portion of this Grand Prix. Jens was involved in an incident with Stefania. We watched Max here there, as we did see the Mercedes in the wall. I didn't see what happened, but Jens has somehow been involved with a crash of Stefania. There's people into the pit lane. Pink Web, who'd already pits again. He's going to be kicking himself for that. If he stayed out about a lap or two later, he would have been able to be lasting a little bit longer in this Grand Prix, and maybe he'd have been up there even further. Does he go on to another set of mediums, though? Yes, he does. Bubba, I'm sure he'll be on to mediums. Yes, he is. MJB, after being on that tyre for a while, he's on to mediums. Bjorn will be on to mediums, I'm sure. Who else have we missed? Pink Web went on to mediums. Yep, everyone on to mediums. You have Jens in the pit lane. He was complaining about the tyres. Let's see what he can do in the pit stop. I think he'll be on to mediums as well. Yes, he is. His teammate Max here, though, stays out. Not sure what a bit of an Alpine blunder that is. I know he's just pit onto hards, but he's only lost one position. If he pit, he would have just ended up behind his teammate. Maybe he doesn't have another set of mediums, to be fair. That might be a thing, as he nearly hits the back of the Aston Martin safety car there. That'd been expensive, wouldn't it? In chat, what is this? What's going on? We've got 21 going absolutely crazy. Safety car things will get crazy now. Yeah, they definitely will, as the top 3 will definitely pit now. Captain and Yatin, they won't lose anything because they have the Delta, but so will everyone else. Onto a set of mediums. Both the Appy and George Gamer into the pit lane. George Gamer's going to get a little bit furious here because Appy's going really slow. Furious Appy, and he does pass the Fred Bull car. I hope the Appy... oh, jeez. A little bit of excitement, a little bit of racing action there for you as you go into the pit lane. Yen says... Well, I won't talk about what he's saying in chat, but I'm sure he's a bit miffed off by the looks of it. Love when you text and drive. Ha ha ha. I hope you're not on AI, Jens, because you'll be in trouble if you do that. I also hope you're not texting and driving, because you're stupid if you do that. So, just get out of the chat. Get out of the chat, Jens, before you get yourself in trouble. At the front, this is important. Pinkweb has ended up getting ahead of George Gamer, and if Furious Appy didn't hold George Gamer up in the pit lane, I think George Gamer would have been fine and would have come out ahead. He's going to be absolutely miffed off there, isn't he? Absolutely miffed off. But at the moment, as it's safety car and everyone's now pit apart from Max here, which I'm not sure why, I can say some nerdy stats. So, let's have a look. Hungary, I know I said some of this at the start, but I'm going to go over it again. It was the first Grand Prix, 1986, in CLR. It was Season 2 Thursday. Circuit length's about 4.381 kilometres. We've done a hell of a lot of them. 28 times 4-ish. That's about 80-ish. No, it's probably about 100, isn't it? It's a lot. It's a lot. The track was built and it was started in 1985, and then it was literally race ready 9 months later. So it was very quick. The Hungarian government had originally considered reviving the old. How do I say this one? The old track they used to use, and it was a circuit that was actually in the centre of Budapest in a bid to host a Formula 1 Grand Prix in the country, but ended up deciding to make a purpose-built facility instead. So, Hungary is usually in July, and it's so hot. Obviously here it doesn't really matter. There's a pit stop. What's that? That is both the Alpines coming in for a set of softs. Interesting strategy call. I'm sure they're talking to each other. That is allowed here in CLR. We don't care. We don't really mind if you talk to each other. That is Jens changing the front wing as well. Of course, he's changing the front wing under the safety car. Anyway, but yeah, talking about real life Hungary, it's usually in July because it's really hot and it just adds to the fun. If it's good news if you're at the track though, there is a very good water park that I'm aware of. I've always wanted to go to the Hungarian Grand Prix because it's such a good track to be at. It does bring the action, and there is a nice water park, and I do like our water park. It's called Mogilidu Aquarinio Vizi Zakorzatoto Park. I butchered that. And it's a good place to cool off, away from the aqueous activities or the water activities. The circuit's actually only 20 kilometers away from Budapest, so it's fairly close. And if you're close to one of Europe's most fascinating city centres, Budapest is beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. I really want to go to Hungary one day. What else is there? That's about it for my nerdy stuff. I just want to talk about the water park. Anyway, in chat we have 21. He says, I have a feeling someone will crash at the safety car restart. I don't. I think people are going to keep it clean. At the front though, we are getting away again. Captain is going to lead us off. 21 says, really unlucky rookie season there. Oh no, I missed something. I wish I finished a race on Hungary, got taken out on Friday and now Thursday. I didn't make the Hungary Friday race. I missed it. I think I was doing something. I think I was getting my license on rifle shooting, I think. That would have been like February, so God knows. As that is, Furious happy into the pit lane, trying to get out of the way of everyone else, so fair on him. I think that's what he's doing. He has a 10-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flag, but that would be removed. He doesn't serve it, but he will. Anyway, let's get some racing action back under our belt. There is 5 laps left of this Grand Prix, pretty much a sprint, and everyone is back in it. Anyone can win this Grand Prix, but Captain will lead us away. Jattins is going to be in P2, but not for long. There goes Pinkweb on the outside of turn 1. Can he make a move? He doesn't look like he can. George will definitely want to try and get back past. He'll feel like he deserves that position. But across the grid, no one makes a move. It stayed the same, but there is B1 actually, proving me wrong. Down the inside of Rico he goes, and then on the outside of MJB. Makes a beautiful move, a little bit of contact, but that is MJB down to P7. Beyond, flying like a rocket is he. The Silver Fox, I think that's what Soft used to call him, is past MJB, making contact with Rico. Don't make a contact with Championship lead, that's not what you want to do. MJB down to P8. Not a good start for the Aston Martin driver. But at the front, it looks like Captain has had a very good start, pulling away a little bit from Yatin. Pinkweb, who tried to make a move on the inside of turn 1, can't do anything, has fallen away quite a bit. MJB, though, has dropped all the way down and has front wing damage. And yeah, that might be his race pretty much over. But P10, as he has got a little bit of damage. Yep, 21 says in chat he has got damage. And we'll come back to what he's got to say. And you can see both M plates have snapped off that car, and he's really fallen down. Alpine promoted up to P8 and 9 after a shocker race. They'll be looking to possibly hunt down a little bit more on that soft tyre. Does Rico also have damage after the contact with MJB? No, he's fine. He's just fallen down a little bit. But at the moment, it's a little bit calming down now, isn't it? A little bit calming down. In chat, 21 says, at least I got my best league. At least I got the best league for my first league races. Yeah, you did come to the right place, didn't you? We do take anyone on. Anyway, new or old, we'll take you on. To be fair, I think when MJB started, he was shocking, wasn't he? He started, was spun every lap, really struggled in qualifying, and now he's on for a championship fight. Same for George Gamer, started, wasn't the best, went on to win 3 world championships. I mean, you know, times can change. Bubba, another one, wasn't up there all the time, used to be near the backside of the field. He's up there in P5 and has had a very, very good season now, Bubba, hasn't he? Up in P6 in the championship at the moment, has really shown his class. And then you've got people like Dear Alex, who just comes in and wins like 4 races on the trot. Just to show off a little bit, doesn't he? Yeah, he's a good driver. He's a good driver. Up at the front, though, we are trying to get a little bit of a fight going, aren't we? But Captain doesn't agree. and he is going to try and pull away. And with the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, he's doing a good job. I don't think Yatin wants to become second place in a Hungary Grand Prix once again to another British driver, as he did to me once upon a time. And we'll wait and see, as we've only got about 3 or 4 laps left to go. But at the back of the field, Max here around the outside of Rico into turn 1. You missed it, but you can see him getting past him. So there you go. He is past the Ferrari car, and now it's Jens's turn to get past the Ferrari driver. Ferrari've had a shocker season so far. Rico comes in about like round 7 or 8 and has scored most of the points for the team, the Scarlet Red Tifosi team. So I'm sure he'd be loved for the Tifosi and to season 5. We'll wait and see, or should I say F125 launch season, or F124. 21 says it's really unlucky for MJB. Yes, it is. He is surviving in the back with the front wing damage though. So good on him. Good on him. But at the front, Pinkweb's really falling off of the top 2. It's given George Gamer a fighting out to get back onto the podium. George Gamer hasn't actually won a race this season. Best result being P2 at Qatar, which I wasn't there for, and United Arab Emirates. Oh, and Portugal, which I think I was there for. I think I was, yeah. That was Ricciardo's home Grand Prix. Where did he come in that Grand Prix? 7th. But anyway, looking at George Gamer, he has just made a move on Pinkweb. At the front, you can see someone really skittering across the track as Max has been passed by the Ferrari Tifosi team once again. But yeah, George Gamer back onto the podium. Currently a double Williams podium at the moment. Obviously, you won't see Reggie here for a while now as he is on study leave, missing the final portion of the season. We wish him the best, and anyone else that is on study leave at the moment, we wish you the best on your exams. But for now, we've got still some racing to get on with, don't we? And here we are at the top 2. Only a few laps left of this Grand Prix, and Captain is still leading, but he's sliding a little bit. And Yatin is managing to stay close behind. 21 says, I hope there's a Portimao on the F125 game. So do I. And if it is, I want you guys to put it on the calendar. I'm sure it will be. I mean, it's been a long season, this for season 4, isn't it? 20 races? It's a long race. There will be an F125 though, F125 launch thing, isn't there? Though yeah, that's been announced. That has been announced. I can say that. Yeah. So I'm not sure what the calendar is. I'm not sure how it's going to play out. But wait and see. That's what we're going to wait and see. It's not too long now, guys, is it? It's like 12 days or something till the game comes out. I'm not even going to be in the place. I'm at my house when it comes out. I'm going to be a good couple of hours up north from where I live, so I'm going to miss it, which is a shame. But hopefully I'll be back in time to get back into the combox. At the moment though, in the penultimate race, we're on the penultimate lap. As we're on lap 34 out of 35, Yasin is still behind Captain. I'm sure he might be getting a couple of flashbacks to season F124 launch season. That was when I beat him. And this is when it's a similar sort of scenario. Just at the moment, they're on equal tyres, whereas Yasin was a hell of a lot older tyres than I was when I won my first race. This will be Yatin's first win in CLR, if he can put it off. We'll wait and see what he can do as we're coming around the couple of last corners. That's something I want to say when he gets to turn 13, just because it sounds cool. So anyway, we go to the penultimate corner of the penultimate lap on the penultimate race. It's cool, isn't it? Turn 13. Yeah, I just ruined it. Anyway, that is the penultimate corner of the penultimate lap of the penultimate race. Yatin is really close now, though. This is one of the final places you can make a move as we go onto the final lap. Captain is on the inside line as close as he can. Comes back to the outside line. Yatin goes to the inside of turn 1. He makes the move as we go through turn 1. Yatin will have the DRS down the second DRS straight. Side by side towards turn 2. We will go. This is the final lap, so it's all to play for this win. Captain gives him a little bit of a push. Yatin still sticks his nose in and is ahead as we go through turn 3 towards turn 4. We're still side by side. Captain has to settle behind the Williams driver. And now Yatin has about 2 sectors left to go to win his first Grand Prix here in CLR. Can he do it? Let's wait and see. He is definitely in the place he needs to be though, isn't he? Very much so. As he has had an outstanding race at the moment, hasn't he? Absolutely outstanding. I want to show you the current position changes. There they are. It has been an outstanding race from everyone. The standards have been good. That's what we like to see in the final to last race. It doesn't matter though. Here comes Captain to the inside of turn 12. He goes, Can't make anything stick. He's got 2 more corners to try and make something happen. I don't think he can, though. We go to turn 13. There's a little bit of a drift, and that will probably seal the win for Yatin. 1 more corner for Yatin to try and get his car around, and there he goes. Yatin will come across the line as a CLR Thursday race winner. Captain has to settle for P2. George Gamer for P3. Pink Web will come for P4. Bubba in P5. No, he's not on penalties. Bjorn will get P5. Bubba P6. Rico, not on penalties, will get P7, but on penalties, it will be P9 as the Alpine Duo get P7 and 8. Next cross the line will be MJB, and this championship fight will go to next week. It will carry on to the final Grand Prix, round 20, as here comes MJB across the line. P10, Captain, will score 19 points. That will be, how many points will that be for MJB, as he does leave already? That'll be 3 points. So 16 points does Captain gain, which will close that point spacing to 3 points. 3 points separate Captain and MJB to the final Grand Prix. What a season. What a way it's going to round off now. Furious Happy will be our final one to come across the line. I think he was lapped twice, but there we go. In chat we have Time Still Flies. I remember my first race in Austria. Oh, I don't even remember my first race. I think it might have been at Saudi Arabia or France, something like that. There's, oh, that's Reese. That's my brother. Hello. 21 GGs. Why am I on pause? Oh, well. Yeah, that was a crazy race though, wasn't it, 21? Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. But there you go. There is your race winner. Yatin, for the first time in CLR, wins. And that was a good race from him, wasn't it? Very, very good race. Crazy race indeed. Crazy race indeed. Flying the German flag is Yatin. I'm sure he'll be chuffed with that. I'm sure he will be. Driver of the day goes to Yatin, in your opinion? Oh, I actually got to do that, doesn't I? Driver of the day. I mean, he got it at Canada. I think last time out, driver of the day was, I think it was known for Reggie or something. I think driver of the day tonight will be George, maybe. Yeah, he's had a good race. He had a good race. Here. Oh, sorry, my dog just walked in. Hello, dog. You all right? Right, I want to see the results so I can look at the driver of the day. Why has that got a black screen? I think I got to agree with you, to be fair, 21. I think driver of the day has got to go to Yatin. After such a fight between him and Captain, he does come out on top, and I think, yeah, he pulled the strategy perfectly, didn't he? Pitting early, ends up with a 2.5 second lead to Captain. Oh, there it is. So yeah, oh, it's gone. It's gone. So yeah, I would agree. I would agree. Driver of the day does go to Yatin. Shout out. But yeah, other than that, that brings us towards now next week, which will be the final race of the season at Nederland, or the Nederland, as Max would say. Next week, for Friday tier, it will be Belgium, but tomorrow it will be at Melbourne. I'm sure Reggie would wish he was there. I'm sure he would. MJB says, does it give me a good world drivers fight? Yeah, it does give you a good. At the moment, it will be 3 points between you and Captain MJB. You'll still be leading, but 3 points will separate you, so it's going to be close. It's going to be close, isn't it? I got wing damage on the safety car. Yeah, 21 told me. I didn't see it, but I did see it afterwards, so I saw you falling down. But yeah, it's gonna bring some excitement to next week, isn't it? It's going to bring the excitement. But for now, that rounds us off, doesn't it? That is it. Alpine had a shocker race. I'm joking. They had a good race, didn't they? They tried their best. When are you racing next? I'm racing tomorrow. I'll be racing Friday too. I'll be with Jens, hopefully. That'll be at Australia. Really enjoy the stream. Nice comms. I'm knackered. Yeah, I'm knackered. So I'll be racing tomorrow. And then, obviously, I think FSRL's on Sunday. For those that might be following in Discord, I think FSRL's is coming to CLR. And I think it's on next week. I think. I'm not 100% sure. But if it is, make sure you join into that, because we want to round off the FSRL season well. There's no stream on that, I'm afraid. You'll just have to watch from the drivers. But make sure you join in tomorrow. Katie says good commentating. You missed the racing though. Oh, that's the best bit. No, I'm just waffling. MJB's, yeah. Hopefully MJB and Captain will both be here next week, because if one of them misses it, the other person will win it. But hopefully it'll be nice and close next week. But for now, that is CLR Thursday completed, and we'll see you tomorrow at Melbourne.